not believe that when you're watching this, I will be in Japan. This is my first trip to Asia. I have wanted to go to Japan for as long as I can remember. I just talked about it with you guys in my 30s bucket list, and I am just so excited to experience a totally new place, get excited, just kind of get like re-inspired and reinvigorated. So the purpose of this trip is twofold. One, we are gonna be doing sourcing and meeting with artisans for our home goods brand, Kasazuma. And then our photographer, Michelle, will also be with me, and we will be doing some interviews with people who live in Japan. We're gonna be capturing all of the beautiful, inspiring people and places and architecture and so much food. So we will be bringing all the inspiration back and sharing it with you guys when we return. I'm gonna show you all of my minimalist packing trips. I'll show you all the outfits that I'm packing for Japan and a few little secrets that I always use to get it all in a carry-on. So here is why I like to pack everything in a carry-on. I'm not just like being a minimalist for the sake of being a minimalist. For one thing, I love the feeling of freedom that comes from traveling light. We're gonna be going to different cities on our trip. We're gonna be taking the high-speed bullet train, and I don't know how much like overhead compartment space will be available. It just gives me more peace of mind to know that I just have like a few small bags that can be really transportable. It also forces me to plan my outfits in advance, and I just love the feeling of feeling prepared, knowing what I'm wearing when, and just knowing that I didn't forget any important parts of certain outfits, like, you know, the right belt or the right bra or whatever. And then by planning my outfits in advance, it helps me to not overpack. I'm also really afraid of losing my luggage. I've lost my luggage by checking bags on a couple different trips, and I think for anyone who this has happened to, they know it's awful to be at a location and not have your stuff for a couple days. So, you know, I try to mitigate this as much as I can by just carrying on and not even opening up the potential for losing my luggage. A key part of planning out your outfits is to check the weather at your final destination. I know, this seems obvious, but it is a really important thing to do that surprisingly I used to forget to do a lot, and I would end up with a jacket or bulky sweaters in a place where I never actually needed to wear them. In Japan, I actually thought that we would experience a lot more cool, like fall temperatures in September, but the forecast looks like it's going to be really, really warm. And so I am gonna be packing mainly tanks and t-shirts and like a light sweatshirt for the plane that I can pull on if I need it, but I'm not gonna be overpacking lots of warm layers because it doesn't look like I'll actually be wearing them. So first, I'm gonna teach you guys my 3-bag rule. For every trip, I pack exactly 3 bags. I have a carry-on suitcase, a large tote as my personal item, and then a small purse that goes inside it. When I'm traveling, I use the small bag to carry my wallet, passport, and phone. And then once I'm at my destination, the large tote becomes my day bag if I need to carry a lot of stuff with me, and then the small bag becomes my purse or like the bag I carry at night. For our Japan trip, I brought my away carry-on. I love this one with the front pocket. My Béis small weekend bag because it fits under the plane seat, so it's the perfect personal item. And then I stuff my small Romeo purse inside that bag, and then that becomes my purse that I'll carry around the city with me. If you only do one thing, plan your outfits in advance. This is so key, and it's really revolutionized the way that I pack. Before a trip, I try on everything that I'm going to wear while I'm traveling, and I mean everything. Daytime looks, nighttime looks, my shoes, my purse, the works. This way I can plan out all my accessories and my undergarments because there is nothing worse than getting to your destination and realizing you forgot to pack the right bra. Most importantly, this keeps me from overpacking. Then I take some mirror selfies of me wearing every single outfit so that I remember what my plan is. I write down all the pieces that I need to recreate these looks, and then I pack only that, nothing else, maybe some pajamas or some workout clothes, but I don't pack any extra outfits. Let's get serious and talk about the 2-shoe rule. You heard me, I only pack 2 shoes in my suitcase. I think shoes is where most people get really tripped up because they take up the most room in a suitcase, and it really pays to conserve space here. I almost always wear my Common Project sneakers on my flight, which then double as my casual sneaker with any outfit during the day. Then I add my New Balance sneakers for hiking and working out, and I usually take a pair of like cool flat sandals or ankle boots that I can wear at daytime and then out to dinner at night. Trust me, you will survive. You really don't need anything else. Let's talk about toiletries, because this is honestly the hardest part for me when it comes to packing light. I love my skincare. I want no moisturizer left behind, so it can be tough for me to conserve in this area. But here's my plan. The key here is to only take the skincare and makeup that I actually use every day. This is not the time to be experimenting with like new makeup looks. So for my skin, I'll bring a good cleanser, serum, moisturizer, eye cream, and sunscreen. And for my makeup, I stick to my tried and true classics, a BB cream, my bronzer, I'll bring a powder, a black mascara, some lip glosses, lipsticks, and then my brow pencil. Done and done. So I use 2 bags. I have my cosmetic case that I use for skincare, and then I use a smaller waterproof bag for my makeup. I always keep my skincare bag packed in my bathroom cabinet at home. It's full of all these travel-sized versions of my skincare and hair stuff, so it's always ready to go. When any of my little mini bottles run out, I can just replace or refill them from my larger containers at home. Then the morning of my trip, I do my makeup and throw all my makeup into my makeup bag, and then I throw that into my larger tote. On international trips, I do not like to be stranded without snacks, so I tend to pack a little bit extra. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to be hungry while I'm traveling. So I am packing all of my daily supplements. I have this little pill keeper where I can divide it and keep everything organized. I'm bringing some sleep supplements for the overnight flight. I've got my AG1 travel packs to make sure I get all of my nutrients in while I'm traveling. My electrolytes and my sun fiber that I'll put in my water every day because it's so important to stay hydrated while you're traveling. And then I like to bring my tea that I can make at night or on the plane, and I'll throw in some granola, some salmon jerky, my olives, mints, and gum. I just like to bring things that are really nutrient rich and that I know will keep me feeling satisfied but not send me on like a sugar high that will then make me crash. One other thing that can be a little tricky for me is my tech gear, especially when I'm traveling for work with my phone, my camera, my iPad, my headphones. It just feels like a lot. So I just try to keep it as tight as possible. I try to bring chargers that I can use for multi devices, and then I do only travel now with my iPad and my keyboard. I usually can get the job done on those without having to pack a larger laptop. Okay, we did it. We got everything in our carry-ons. I think I'm set. We fly to LA first. We have a long layover, and then our flight leaves LA for Tokyo a little after midnight. We're gonna be exhausted, but hopefully the adrenaline will carry us through. Okay, we just made it to LAX. We have a 6-hour layover. So we're gonna go grab some pizza and then we'll head back to the airport and hop on our flight to Japan. See you there.